So one and all, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. We got a great movie to talk about in this video called Widows, directed by Steve McQueen, who also co-wrote the screenplay to this one with Gillian Flynn. The plot centers around the wives of a group of criminals who are left with their husband's debt after they are all killed on the job, and with only a month to pay, they're going to all have to work together to complete this heist that will solve all their problems on their own terms with enough money to start new lives if they could get it done. I think Steve McQueen's a fantastic director with a strong resume. Gillian Flynn is an exceptional writer. You give them both some compelling source material and a strong ensemble cast with names like Viola Davis, Colin Farrell, Daniel Kaluuya, Elizabeth Debicki, Liam Neeson, and many more, and I felt very confident that this would be a structured, well-acted heist film. And to me, one of the best things is going into a movie with very high expectations and walking out of the theater feeling that they were not only met but exceeded, and that's what this one accomplished. I had a great time watching this movie. It had a plot line that wove many different interesting pieces together. It was loaded with great performances that created characters with strongly rooted emotional layers, with the direction of McQueen coming in to craft a variety of visual appeal to complement all of it. I had never seen the miniseries and I knew very little about the source material prior to watching it, but from the promo material it looked like a very layered crime drama revolving around a heist and 4 female lead characters put in sort of a fish out of water scenario. I've seen hundreds of crime thrillers like these centered around a group of tough male leads engaging in criminal activities of all kinds, and I have to say the thought of what happens to the women in these men's lives after they're basically killed in the third act of their movies was a very interesting concept to me, and honestly it's a refreshing break from the normalcy of the casting techniques in this genre. It definitely had potential, and it without question delivered on it with an intricate storyline that incorporated a variety of characters and 2 focal plot lines into one intriguing narrative that really made 2 hours feel like one. I thought the organization of the script gave the film a nice smooth pace. It showed a focus on continual forward movement with a creative use of flashbacks that came in short, timely doses. I think that longer flashbacks can sometimes pull you out of the flow of the main story, and this one they really worked perfectly to drop informative splashes of substance into the backdrop throughout the progression of these women trying to get out of the issue that their husbands put them in. Early on it might feel a little choppy, but as it continues I thought the pieces fell into place perfectly for a dark, moody plot like this one, which effectively gripped onto my attention and kept me very fascinated into where things would go. All the separate pieces in this story continually get closer, and when they begin to overlap there was some genuine unpredictability and uneasiness with some extremely well-timed twists placed in to do a great job of making me feel involved in everything. There definitely were a lot of characters in this movie, but I thought there was more than enough substance to get a grasp and the feeling for their personality and what drove each of them, both good and bad, and I thought their solo scenes were really able to provide a ton of depth to what motivated them. The lead group of wives all came from different cultures, backgrounds, and social classes, but this debt forced them to work together as one, and it was really realistically captured to build a true feeling that it could go either way when the third act hit. The script did such a great job of weaving together layers of politics, social undertones, corruption, organized crime, and a criminal heist, all into a single story with a skillful attention to detail. It added onto that a great cast that was able to quickly build character personas to make the most out of already great material. I thought each one of them had a purpose. Some of them fueled the action of others, which created some very nice authentic drama. Viola Davis was definitely the anchor of the film, and she delivered a phenomenal performance with strong layers of intelligence, determination, capability, and just enough vulnerability to humanize her, which made me root for her that much more because I was able to really put myself in her position. There was a complexity to her that I connected with, and it just made my intrigue in the story that much higher to see how it was going to turn out for her. The other standout in the cast, despite everybody delivering great performances, was Daniel Kaluuya. He was absolutely ruthless in this role with a dead look behind the eyes. That was exactly what this character needed. Kaluuya took this role on that we have all seen 1,000 times, and with his performance he without question left a lasting impression because he took this role, he made it his own, and he was able to steal every scene he was in, much like Davis was able to do. As I said earlier, I thought it was a very well crafted film from a technical aspect. I thought the cinematography was very crisp. It provided the film ironically a warm feeling despite the cold, somber tone of the subject matter. I thought the framing of certain shots really gave off an appealing visual perspective throughout that really were able to capture both the intensity of the action sequences and the emotionally dramatic moments with the same impact. But what I really enjoyed most about this one was the fact that it centered on female characters in roles that would usually be written for men, but they were treated no different. This group of women were the underdogs in this plot given the situations. The same would be true if they were men, if those men weren't the usual, I guess, hardened criminal or ex-military persona with loads of physical intimidation like we usually see in movies like this. I appreciated the fact that the writing gave them no special allowances or plot conveniences because they were women. The story forced onto them the same roadblocks and issues the scenarios would naturally create for anyone else, which to me resulted in the movie not watering down the difficulty and skill needed to pull off what they were trying to accomplish. I was completely locked in on this movie from start to finish, and I gotta give Widows 90% on the entertainment meter. I recommend this one without question. It was skillfully crafted on many levels, and more important, it will grab your attention and not let go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you all. Here are some links to some recent reviews just in case you missed them. The link to my official website, all my social media and merchandise store links are going to be down in the description below. And in the event me talking to you guys about movies every couple days is not enough Anthony in your life, I now have a second YouTube channel with a growing collection of non-movie related content for you guys to check out, and I'll see you guys next time.